Okay, Ian, you're going to help me today. Ian works with me and makes beautiful river stone mosaics and loves my mother's and my cooking. And today is a big snow day where we can't do anything but cook and eat. So we've already started drinking. There's that though. We are having Prosecco with our country food. So here we go. Our menu today is going to be fried ham, potato cakes, cooked cabbage, and crowder peas. And we're also going to make some pepper relish to go with everything. Okay. Alright, so the first thing let's start with are the potato cakes. And from now on, I'm just going to call them tater cakes because that's what we call them at home. Okay. So here we have 3 or 4 just regular white potatoes. This is usually something you make with leftover mashed potatoes because it really transforms them into something different, and mashed potatoes aren't that great heated over, usually. But I don't have any leftover mashed potatoes, and so we're going to make them from scratch with raw potatoes. And I'm not even going to peel them this time. So the first thing we need to do is just cook the potatoes in salt water until they're tender, and then we can proceed to mix them up into potato cakes and fry them. Does that sound good?
That sounds great.
That sounds good. So let's just cut these into about 6 pieces or so. My mother's very specific about saying that any vegetable that grows beneath the ground, you always start out in cold water. And anything that grows above the ground, you always start out in boiling water. So with potatoes, we just want to cover them with cold water.
Use this
so go ahead, yeah, so just go ahead and cover them with cold water. Not over about half an inch, a little bit more. That's great.
We're going to salt them.
Yeah, and we'll put some salt. Anytime you're cooking anything in salted water, you want to put about enough salt so that the water is as salty as the ocean. So it's fairly salty, but you're pouring most of it off. So we're going to put on a lid and put these over here to boil. See, these potatoes are done. They're
soft.
They're soft, fork tender, come apart and break when you. So we can drain these.
Okay.
We'll just let those cool for a little bit. Alright, now we're going to finish making our tater cakes.
Right.
And here we have about 3 cups of cooked potatoes that are just chopped up, skin still on them. If you were using leftover mashed potatoes, I think it'd be about 2 cups. So, first thing we need to do is just mash these with a potato masher. And into this mixture, let's put 1 beaten egg, which will help it hold together. 1 onion about this size that's been chopped up, just raw. You know, this is interesting. Most people who, you tell them you're making potato cakes and they assume that you're making something out of raw potatoes that have been grated, more like hash browns,
yeah.
which is the case with latkes and other kind of traditional potato cakes. But these potato cakes are made with cooked potatoes. And then let's put in about a half a cup of milk. Maybe a little bit more than that. Now, start stirring that up. And to that, I'm going to add some pepper as you go. And then, to this mixture, we need to add some flour. I'm going to add about a quarter cup of flour, just plain flour.
And it helps it hold as well.
That's essential for the cakes to hold together. And then mix that in well. That looks great. Let's see. I think that looks great. Let's taste it. I could use some salt. You basically want the seasoning to be good at this stage. The temperature of the pan is really important when you're frying these, because it has to be hot enough, or otherwise it'll just absorb oil. So I've got my pan heating. That's perfect. See, the water moves around. It's not really just beating up hot yet, so that it doesn't sizzle like that. That should be the perfect temperature to put these in.
Okay.
And because this is not a particularly hot frying process, I'm going to use olive oil instead of some other vegetable oil. And swirl this around, let it get hot.
So olive oil has a lower smoking heat?
Olive oil has a low smoke point. In fact, I think I'm beginning to see a little bit of smoke come off of that. And then, just take a spoon.
Kind of like pancakes?
Exactly. See the bubbles starting there? There. That's telling you they're almost ready to turn. You can see the brown around the edge too. Always good to be sure that they loosen the pan before you turn them. Like that. When you flip them, try to flip away from you. I have done it towards me, and a great old big wad of hot oil has fried my hand. Alright, so all of those are nicely unstuck.
Just let them cook a little more.
Just a little bit. This is just what you want to see. Motion in the middle, towards the middle. Alright, these are done.
Okay.
If you put these on a rack in a 200-250 degree oven, they'll stay crunchy on the edges and as good as new for 20 minutes.
Okay.
But you don't always have to do them at the very last minute. Although as with any fried food, the sooner you eat it after it's done, the better it is. All right, there we go. Fried potato cakes.